Welcome back to another altcoin video. These are going to be some of the most informative videos you have ever seen. Very important that you guys pay attention and really take something away. We're going to show how to get into these altcoins, which ones are looking good, and showing you examples on what you need to be looking for step by step. It's very important for you guys not to FOMO into these altcoins until you've done your own research and you guys have gone through all the steps that we're going to go over. I can't cover everything about this altcoin in one video. It's important that you guys understand that to still do your own research. So we're going to be going over Mina protocol. When you are looking into any sort of project that does have some use case, you need to be looking into all 5 of these things we're going to go over. First one is going to be social activity. What is their Telegram looking like? What's their Twitter, any other social media platforms that they have? What do those look like? If they have a big following, it's very, very good to see that. Secondly is going to be venture capitalist. We talked about this in the other video that we posted before this. You want to see good early investors in a project, and we're going to be going over Minas and why they're important. And the third thing is going to be market cap / tokenomics. Very, very important to know how much is their market cap. What does their tokenomics look like? When are they releasing these tokens? Because it will affect price in a long-term or even short-term hold. But lastly, it's going to be longevity, right? Will this survive a bear market? Why will it survive a bear market? You want something that's scalable to be, here for the long term. If it's not scalable, it's not going to last long. And the last thing, going to be TA. You need to know what's going on in the charts before you invest into any sort of these tokens. It's extremely important to know just the basic fundamentals of TA when you're investing long-term, as it will help you. So we're on Mina Protocol's Twitter right now. You guys see they have a Telegram. They have over 110,000 followers on Twitter. They joined in May 2018, so they've been out a fair, decent amount. It's good to see these numbers for followers, and it's good to see a good Telegram that they have a community through that. You guys can get really important news about the project that might not be out there through their Telegram. But it's very, very important not to get too overly attached to a project through their Telegram, right? If you're up a lot on a token, or if you're going to be acquiring a lot of some token, you might get overly attached to that community via, always being in their Telegram, always being, social with them. But it's very important to look at them from a distance and to look at them from a price point or a price perspective. If they have good social activity, they have good marketing, they're going to pump up in price. And that's what you need to look for in Mina. And yes, they do have good social activity and they do have good marketing. We'll get into that in a second, but that's a very important thing to realize when you're going to be putting your money into a project. We're on CoinMarketCap right now. We see 67,000 people have Mina on their watch list. An important thing for you to understand is when we're on CoinMarketCap, you see 10,000 coins that are listed on CoinMarketCap. The harsh reality is only around, I would say 1,000 to 500, maybe even lower than that, coins will survive through a bear market out of that 10,000. And these are the coins that we're going to be focusing on, ones that will survive, but also thrive through the next uptrend that we're going to have. But it's very important for you guys to look how many people have them on their watch list, because that can kind of give you an indicator on how many people are holding it or how many people are looking into it. But be very careful when investing your money. I'm just going to keep repeating that until you guys listen. Last episode, we went over the tier-based venture capitalist list. Who's investing in this project, right? So we're on Mina Protocol's website. We go to about. This is very important, extremely important, right? We see that they have a great team put together. How are they funding this team? They must have gotten investment money from, some of these early investors, right? To fund this giant team for this project that only came out like last week. But it's very important to look at this, okay? We see 0 low tiers in this company. Why is that, right? Why do we see 6 high tiers and 0 low tiers? Well, it's because these low tiers, they're scams, guys. They are told you have to wait 18 months to get these tokens and be able to sell them. This is the vesting period that you see with this company. This is what these people who are investing early, these VCs, they would have to wait 18 months. And these low tier ones, where we made a list of them earlier, they do not want to wait that long. They want to dump their tokens now. And the high tier ones, they are all in this project because they can wait, and they're okay with waiting. They have more money, and they're in it for the long haul and are invested into great projects. But that's extremely important for you guys to realize the significance of having good venture capitalists in a project. It can mean everything. It has a $256 million market cap. And you might be thinking to yourself, you might look at the price, you might look at the charts. You're like, why did it go down so much? What is this, right? This looks terrible. But this token just came out, and it does have good VCs. And we're going to get into their tokenomics really quick. But you do not see projects about their tokenomics that are this open. It's really, really rare to find. Especially the vesting period with their tokens. They can't sell them, these VCs, in around 18 months. It's great, and they're extremely open about it. But don't get too worried about this price that you see right here, this big drop. This is very, very healthy to see. As bad as it sounds, when these projects do have good VCs, they do have good sort of use cases. When a token gets released, it will dump. This happens in the stock market, happens in crypto. And there's 10,000 tokens out there, right? This will be one of them that will survive. And this is because of especially what they have from their backing. We'll get into their solution in a second, but also their tokenomics, right? They still have high volume, as you can see right here. It shows that they are still alive. They're still breathing. This isn't really something out of the ordinary, right? They're going to survive through this, but we're going to go into their token and distribution supply. It's very, very cool to see how they put this up on their site. Extremely open. Like I said, this is rare to find. You don't see projects ever do this. It's very, very rare. But they have an 8-year circulating supply that will be released over the next 8 years. And they also go over their token circulation schedule. So you can go into exactly when they're going to release these tokens into their crypto. But this is definitely something that is extremely open about what they are doing. We see their initial distribution as well. It does look fair. And we do see that a lot of their tokens have already been released already. They don't have a bad ratio from their circulating supply to what is actually out in their token already. And that looks very, very well indeed. But yeah, this is the stats for how they're releasing it, when they're releasing it. You guys can go to minaprotocol.com/blog and go into their token distribution and supply. It is actually very well. So we're going to go into their tech page. You click their tech page and we're going to get into their product and their solution. Well, it says projects and possibilities, right? Here's their use cases. And they are at layer 1. And the whole point of crypto is to also make these other financial systems be able to use these decentralized projects. Mina does offer that. It's very important to understand that this offers something different than these other blockchains. They do have quite a use case with their permissionless web oracles, which will be very big in their end-to-end data privacy from online to on-chain. They also have explore the possibilities. This is what they can do in the future. But they've been building since 2017 on this project. And they really do have a lot of things already implemented into their projects that are very, very advanced. This blockchain really does have a lot of potential once we do get into a sizable uptrend here in the future. You could use this video in this series that we're going to do as a guideline on how you can do your own investing. And you won't even need this channel, in fact, to find these cryptos and to look through them on your own. But what do we see with Mina currently? We're going to get into their TA, but their TA isn't too important. Came off an exchange listing. What happens when things get listed on an exchange? They pump down. This happens in stocks. It's going to happen in crypto. This will happen in really any sort of market that is releasing something to an exchange when they've had already private sales. Doesn't mean it's a terrible token. Doesn't mean it's corrupt. But Mina did check off everything on our list. All of our bullishness scenarios and uses, it did check off. It had use case, it had backing, It did have a great set of tokenomics as well. So overall, I really do believe in this project, and I do see it reaching a very, very high level in the near future. This could be next year, next cycle, or next time we do have an uptrend in the markets. Doesn't mean to FOMO into it just yet, okay? You should always be dollar cost averaging into these projects. We could see a below $1 Mina. You do not want to be buying these projects that are this low until they start to show signs of some sort of uptrend. If we see some sort of uptrend in Bitcoin, we will see an uptrend with this project. They really just got released very, very soon, not too long ago. So it's important to understand that this is a good long-term hold from a investor perspective, which we will do a lot of investing long-term perspectives on this channel here. This is what this series is for people that want gains in the future and they want to know how they can acquire these gains from a long-term investor perspective. But yes, that's going to wrap up and conclude the video. Not much I could do on TA on Mina with these charts, except for to say the dollar cost average at lower levels and really wait for market trend to show when to get into Mina itself. Right? If we do see a pump with Mina, we don't care because we're still buying it at a low price, considering the value of some of these blockchains, which Mina does have better fundamentals.